Hello there, welcome to CoreTV News at 4. I am Gete. The Rivers State Governorship Election Petition Tribunal sitting in Abuja has dismissed Governor Nyesom Wike's application challenging the jurisdiction of the tribunal to hear the petition in Abuja. In a short ruling on Monday, the three-man panel led by Justice Muazu Pindiga dismissed the application on the grounds that the tribunal has power to sit in Abuja. Justice Pindiga upheld the motion that security challenges in Rivers State will not allow justice to take its course in the matter. The panel also insisted that the President of the Court of Appeal has passed a fixed venue for the tribunal. Wike had earlier prayed the court to order the relocation of the tribunal back to Rivers State, relying on Section 285, subsection 2 of the 1999 Constitution. But the petitioner, Peter Said Dakuku, urged the tribunal to dismiss the application, arguing that the President of the Appeal Court has the right to transfer the case to Abuja. The APC in Rivers State and its candidates at the April 11th governorship election, Dakuku dragged INEC, PDP, and the governor of the state, Wike, before the tribunal to challenge his victory. The People's Democratic Party, PDP, and the All Progressives Congress have both asked the President of the Court of Appeal, Justice Zainab Bachachua, to disband the National and State Houses of Assembly election tribunals for Rivers State sitting in Abuja, while the PDP is asking Justice Bachachua to disband the National and State Assemblies of Election Tribunal for Rivers State Panel 1 because it was not legally constituted. The APC is asking that the Justice I.W. Jaro-led three-man panel tribunal hearing the petitions on Rivers East Senatorial District to disqualify itself. A letter written to Boachua by the council to the PDP, Godwin Obla San, and dated July 24, 2015, said the chairman of the panel, Justice Victor Uchenna Okorie, was appointed in violation of paragraphs 1 and 2 of the 6th schedule of the 1999 Constitution as amended. The party said Justice Okorie is a justice of the customary Court of Appeal in Imo State and not a justice of the High Court, and therefore not qualified to be appointed as a chairman of election tribunal. Apart from writing to the President of the Court of Appeal to disband the tribunal, PDP has also filed an application before the tribunal itself, challenging its jurisdiction to continue to hear the petition filed by Senator Magnus Abe of the All Progressives Congress APC against the Independent National Electoral Commission INEC. Olaka Nwogu, winner of the election into Rivers South East Senatorial District, and the PDP, according to the APC, the tribunal sidelined its own motion that sought to expedite hearing on all the petitions before it. However, the APC and its candidate, who are the petitioners before the tribunal, alleged that the election was not only fraught with manifest irregularities and violence, but was also conducted with total disregard to both the Electoral Act and election guidelines issued by INEC. The All Progressives Congress in Rivers State has thrown its weight behind the current probe of the state resident electoral commissioner, Mrs. Gesila Khan, by the Department of State Services. Party, in a statement signed by the state chairman, Davis Ibiamo Ikanya, berated the People's Democratic Party for seeking to stop the DSS from carrying out its constitutional duties. Ikanya argued that the PDP's posture and the arrest of the state REC by the DSS indicated that they, PDP and REC, were in alliance. The party, in a statement issued on Sunday in Port Harcourt, challenged the state REC to explain the source of the 700 million naira reportedly found in her account. The state APC accused the former President and the Rivers State Governor Nyesom Wike of being behind the 700 million naira allegedly found in the state REC's account. The state APC, however, advised the PDP to come to realize that everyone should be prepared at all times to defend his or her stewardship, saying power has changed hands for good and no one is a scared cow. Even President Buhari has made it clear that no one shall escape justice. Reacting, the Special Assistant on Media to the State Governor, Simeon Nwakudu, said Wike won the April 11, 2015 governorship election fully in compliance with the electoral law. He maintained that the APC was never on the ground. Ahead of their resumption tomorrow, President Muhammadu Buhari will today have a parley with House of Representative members elected on the All Progressives Congress APC platform. Details of what to be discussed at the meeting were not given, but the Special Assistant to the President on Media and Publicity, Garba Shehu, says the parley will hold at the new banquet hall of the Presidential Villa, Abuja, by 5 p.m. It is the first time the President will be meeting with all members of the APC in the House of Representatives. He had met separately with Speaker Yakubu Dogara and Femi Gbajabiamila, who contested the speakership position but lost in controversial circumstances to the former. The duo of Dogara and Gbajabiamila will be leading members of their factions to the meeting. But there were expectations that the lingering crisis rocking Green Chamber of the National Assembly will be laid to rest at today's meeting, believed to start off a stormy resumption. The lower legislative chamber has been battling with a leadership crisis since its constitution on June 9, following the refusal of members to honor the position of the APC leadership and how to share principal offices. The presidency on Sunday said President Muhammadu Buhari would not stop the persecution of anybody indicted in the report of the Nigerian police on the forgery of the Senate Standing Order. Shehu said Buhari believed in the rule of law and would not do anything that would derail any judicial process, stressing that those who were constitutionally saddled with the process did not need the president's clearance to do their job. There were reports that the police investigation had confirmed that the Senate Standing Order was forged and that the police had recommended that some staff of the National Assembly should be prosecuted. The police had invited the Deputy Senate President, Ekweremadu, and some other National Assembly officials over a petition alleging that the Senate standing rules were tampered with in the conduct of the election of Senate President Bukola Saraki, Ekweremadu, and other principal officers on June 9. Though the Director, Information Federal Ministry of Justice, Mr. Charles Nwodu, could not confirm the report had been submitted to the ministry for prosecution to begin. Some lawyers on Sunday said the alleged offence was criminal and that corporates would be made to face the wrath of the law. It was also learned that the group was planning to obtain the report and submit it to a federal high court that is already hearing a suit on the matter in Abuja. The Nigeria police have concluded their probe into the forgery of the Senate Standing Order and given a copy of the report to President Muhammadu Buhari. The police report confirmed that the standing rules used to inaugurate the 8th Assembly were forged in the report. The police recommended the prosecution of those found culpable of forging the orders, which had been used in the controversial election of the Senate President, Senator Bukola Saraki, and his deputy, Senator Ekweremadu, on June 9, 2015. The report was said to have indicted the management of the National Assembly, especially the clerk, Salisu Maikasua, and recommended the prosecution of the suspects. Acting on a petition by Senator Sulaiman Hunkuyi, All Progressives Congress, Kaduna State, the police had on July 6 squeezed Ekweremadu and Makaisua over an alleged forgery of the standing orders. The petition alleged that some parts of the 2015 Senate orders were different from the one ratified by the 6th Senate in 2010, which was used by the 7th Senate as standing orders in 2011. Some members of the All Progressives Congress faction in the House of Representatives, known as the Loyalist Group, have denied that the leadership tussle in the legislature was over. Contrary to Saturday's public announcement by key figures of the group, rather, the lawmakers said there could only be genuine agreement on how to achieve peace in the House if the Speaker, Yakubu Dogara, would serve his unholy ties with the People's Democratic Party members of the House. This came amid mounting tension ahead of the rescheduled resumption of the House on Tuesday. Dogara is also set to name the principal officers of the House tomorrow. However, the loyalists insisted that discussions on peace must be with all the members of the group, led by a former minority leader of the House, Mr. Femi Gbajabiamila. The members who addressed a news conference in Abuja argued that an APC-dominated legislature with a leadership by the PDP was not the idea of a change the APC worked hard to attain at the 2015 general elections. However, Zangon Duara explained that he had the mandate of the absentee members to speak on their behalf. 10-year-old female suicide bomber has killed 19 persons in a market in Damaturu, the Yobe state capital, on Sunday. The state governor Alhaji Ibrahim Gaidam decried the attack in a statement on Sunday. A statement by the Yobe state director of press, Abdullahi Bego, quoted the governor as condemning the attack. The statement said the governor has been briefed about the horrific bomb attack in the market in Damaturu, in which 19 people were killed and many others injured. Governor Gaidam's thoughts and prayers that the families of the victims and those who sustained injuries will find peace. The governor had condemned the attack as callous, barbaric and unjustifiable. President Muhammadu Buhari on Sunday ordered a thorough investigation into the chlorine gas explosion in Jos Plateau State at the weekend. No fewer than 8 people reportedly died and 101 others in unconscious state after inhaling chlorine from a cylinder that exploded at the treatment plant of the Plateau State Water Board in Jos. Senior Special Assistant to the President on Media and Publicity, Garba Shehu, in a statement said Buhari announced his decision to probe the incident in a message of commiseration to the families of the victims as well as the government and people of Plateau State over the incident. Buhari was quoted as saying that an investigation into the incident was necessary to avoid recurrence. The investigation should unravel the facts as to whether this was just an accident. Buhari prayed that Allah should grant the souls of those who lost their lives in the explosion peaceful repose and grant a quick recovery to those who were injured in the tragedy. It's CoreTV News at 4. We'll take a break. Stay with us.
This is what the people are saying.
You don't run a big economy with generator. They need to do more in terms of energy and power.
Many things to do for this Nigeria about lights, water, and new TT.
For Nigerians that are not gullible, we know that good laws have done nothing good for this country.
Buhari won the election convincingly.
Talk to her husband that you should keep promise about what you said, and because people are watching you, you know, another election is coming.
Also, some people will stand for Yoruba land. Will be strong man. You don't die.
This nation is moving forward. The best is going to take place.
The people giving voice to the voiceless.
Afghan have naked, that's a sign of protest, saying that things are not good.
Women share the most amazing thoughts
when it's close to the time our people will protest
on national issues.
That was their own point.
That was an accident. That is different.
And they do it
Politics is about being a servant.
passionately.
Without a woman, there will be no success at all.
Sharing the adorable word of women.
There are some women who have what it takes.
In politics.
Margaret Thatcher, Iron Lady. When she's too soft, she's too soft.
Only on CoreTV News.
Welcome back. Thanks for staying tuned with us. Now, for more information on CoreTV News, you can reach us on our social media platforms: Facebook, facebook.com/CoreTV News. On Twitter at CoreTV News NG. And on YouTube at youtube.com/CoreTV News. Vice President Yemi Osinbajo has described the federal government's financial bailout to states unable to pay workers' salaries as financial creativity made possible by compassion and leadership quality exhibited by President Muhammadu Buhari. Osinbajo, who spoke in Ibadan on Saturday, said, given the financial circumstances of the affected states and the plight of the workers, it was essential that any listening and sensitive government intervened in the way President Buhari did. Has stated that the federal government and the President Buhari directed that money should be released regarding the situation of the state in Nigeria. The Vice President also called on Nigerians to be vigilant in order not to fall into the dangerous plot of the Boko Haram. He also used the opportunity to clarify his recent statement on the plan by the insurgents to hit their targets using scavengers. As governors of states start to make interpretations to the over 400 billion naira bailout fund of the federal government, the Kwara State Governor Abdul Fattah Ahmed has stated that the bailout was misinterpreted by Nigerians, saying the bailout is just restructuring the debt structure of states at the CBN. Rashid has more.
Speaking at a monthly media chat, Governor Ahmed elaborates that the bailout money is to help the state that has the highest degree of debt profile to elongate the months of paying back. He added that the bailout process has not even started as states are yet to receive the said funds.
This much talked about bailout is just being worked on. It has not gotten to any state yet because we are just submitting the levels of debts that all states have incurred. That is for those who have incurred debts.
Governor Ahmed also reiterates the resolve of state governments to use the money for its purpose, while insisting that part of the money can be used to pay salaries depending on the status and debt profile of the state.
So if anybody under any guise imagine that that money that was shared was the bailout for payment of salaries, it was a wrong information. It is normal money that has been shared to states the way excess crude is shared to states. Now it depends on each state. Some that have financial pressure can use it to offset part of their financial pressures.
With more states coming out to debunk the bailout fund, the onus lies on the federal government to clear the air and state the true purpose of the said fund. Rashid, CoreTV News, Ilorin.
Still on the bailout, the Edo State Governor, Comrade Adams Oshiomhole, says contrary to insinuations in many quarters, no state of the Federation has got a kobo from the federal government as bailout fund. The governor disclosed in an interview at the ceremony organized for the Inspector General of Police, Mr. Solomon Arasi, in Owan West local government area of the state. Governor Oshiomhole said the cherry news is that President Muhammadu Buhari is committed to end the situation where up to 15 states owe workers' salaries. The Kwara State chapter of the People's Democratic Party has admitted filing the petition that forced the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission to invite the wife of Senate President Bukola Saraki for questioning. It said in a statement that it submitted the petition quietly in the early part of the year. The Kwara State chapter of PDP explained that it outlined how state officials, including former First Lady Tony Saraki, former Special Advisor to the Governor on MDGS, Okpe Saraki, Personal Assistant to ex-Governor Bukola Saraki, and the former Commissioner for Information Tunji Moronfonye, cornered resources of the state. The party argued that since the duo of Okpe Saraki and Tunji Moronfonye are already standing trial, Saraki should take steps to clear her name rather than blame the EFCC invitation and the leadership crisis in the state. In the Senate, the FCC has confirmed that it is working on a petition without revealing the source, but the office of the Senate President has yet to react to this new development. The People's Democratic Party has described the federal government under President Muhammadu Buhari as lacking direction. The opposition party said events happening after the president's return from the United States indicated that the president and his party, the All Progressives Congress, didn't learn anything from the 4-day visit. Spokesperson for the PDP, Olisametu, stated at a press conference in Abuja on Sunday, has said the party had looked forward for gains from the trip, especially given the opposition's party's restated support for any action or policy by the federal government aimed at stamping out corruption, ending insurgency and promoting economic growth, which is said formed part of the publicized agenda for the visit. Metu, however, regretted that there had been nothing to show that the government had gained anything from the visit. The Lagos State chapter of the People's Democratic Party has strongly berated Governor Akinwumi Ambode for hastily obtaining a 39.4 billion naira loan from the World Bank. In a statement issued by its Publicity Secretary, Taufik Gani, on Sunday, the major opposition party in Lagos also advised the governor to stop the decision pending the book check of all previously obtained loans in the state, especially by the last administration under Babatunde Fashola. This is just that the party also described Ambode as weak to fight corruption and block leakages in the state with the alleged continual services of the tax consultant firm Alpha Beta. According to the statement, the firm is allegedly milking the state of its revenue. The Inspector General of Police, Solomon Arase, has been bestowed with the chieftaincy title as the Ojigbese of Ora Kingdom by His Royal Highness MEP Imona Oje of Ora and Clan Head. The chieftaincy title was bestowed on the IGP at the Holy Trinity Grammar School in Sabongida Ora, One West Local Government, as a mark of honor mostly reserved for persons who have distinguished themselves in life and two deserving sons of the land. Our Edo State correspondent filed in this report presented from our studios.
Solomon Arase, the Police Inspector General, is the first Edo man to ever rise to such a peak in the police force, having spent 34 years in the force. This occasion largely celebrated by the maternal side, but Governor Adams Oshiomhole has promised to organize a more elaborate one in days ahead. While expressing gratitude to God for the exalted position in the police, Governor Adams Oshiomhole said Solomon Arase, the police IG, attained this art through merit and hard work, urging him to pursue the new office without being partisan.
Deal with the challenge of superintending over Nigeria police force without being partisan. This is a very, very difficult position to maintain in our environment. And therefore, as an Edo man, you represent the finest tradition of an Edo man with courage, with intellect, with determination to do your job without minding who's out of God.
The IG thanked Oraikpen people for the honor done on him while assuring that he will not fail them to uphold the values. He also appealed to parents to ensure moral upbringing of their children.
The Joint Task Force in the Niger Delta Operation Polo Shield said it had arrested 5 suspected sea pirates and 2 pipeline vandals in Bayelsa and Delta respectively. The spokesman of the JTF, Lieutenant Colonel Issa Ado, made the disclosure on Sunday in Yanagwa. He told newsmen that the arrests were effected on July 20 and July 23. Items recovered include 1 AK-47 rifle, a pump-action gun, 3 magazines with 72 rounds of 7.62 special ammunition, a pair of military camouflage, a Samsung smartphone, 115 horsepower outboard engine, among others. The spokesman explained that the suspects were currently in JTF custody and were being interrogated and would be handed over to prosecuting agency after preliminary investigations. He added that preliminary investigations showed that the suspects confessed to have vandalized the pipeline operated by Nigerian Petroleum Development Company. Results of candidates in 19 states who sat for the May-June 2015 West Africa Examination Council WAEC in Nigeria will not be released until their states pay debt owing the examination body. The head of national office, WAEC, Charles Eguredo, who handed down the warning at a media briefing in Lagos, says the over 4 billion naira owed examination empire is hindering its performance. Abiola Oluwole has more in this package.
The media briefing, according to the national head of WAEC, Charles Eguredo, is to intimate Nigerians on the financial status of the body due to the inability of some states in the federation to pay debt owed the organization. Eguredo says the failure of 19 states to fulfill their financial obligations to WAEC is crippling activities of the organization.
As I speak to you now, we are cash-strapped as a result of the delay in offsetting the registration fees owed the council by some states. As a result, we are finding it difficult in meeting our financial obligations, particularly to our supervisors, examiners, and service providers.
He threatened the results of candidates from affected states for 2015 May-June examinations will be withheld.
We therefore want to publicly plead with the affected states to offset the registration fees of the candidates as soon as possible, but not later than the next 2 weeks, as we cannot guarantee that the results of their candidates for the May-June 2015 WASC will be released along with others.
The payment of WAEC examination fees by states in Nigeria has become a norm as a way of assisting indigent students. But the inability of some states to pay the examination body for services rendered may have adverse effects on its performance. Abiola Oluwole, CoreTV News, Lagos.
Okay, thank you.
It's CoreTV News at 4. We'll take another break. Please stay with us.
Is it what crazy or autocracy? Or what type of crazy is that? Except crazy.
News making the headlines.
Black Maria is to carry criminals, trading looters that are in government today.
Sometimes it gets confrontational.
Slap you in the face. Excuse me, don't put words into my mouth.
Whatever it is that will bring our military to disrepute, I say to hell.
On Core Digest.
I want to know why I should be believing them.
Every weekday, we'll bring all of these together and take them to the court of public opinion.
Everybody has a right in Nigeria.
Where you are the judge.
You can now watch CoreTV News live from anywhere in the world on our website www.coretvnews.com. Click on Live TV on our website and watch us live.
And welcome to CoreTV Primetime Days.
To follow us on Twitter, click on Twitter icon on our website. And Facebook, click on the Facebook and YouTube to see all our previous news production. You can also watch us live on YouTube. Click CoreTV, leave a space, then news. CoreTV News, a 24-hour news station.
U.S. President Barack Obama has begun talks with Ethiopia's Prime Minister Maria Desalegn on the second leg of his African tour. They were expected to center on human rights and regional security issues, as well as the civil war in South Sudan ahead of Obama's address to the African Union on Tuesday. Obama is the first serving U.S. leader to visit Ethiopia and will be the first to address the 54-member African Union in Addis Ababa on Tuesday. He flew to Ethiopia after a two-day visit to Kenya, where he had discussed trade and security and also called for greater human rights and warned of the dangers of corruption. Compared to the Kenyan leg of his tour, President Obama's arrival in Ethiopia signals a more sober mood. Ethiopia as a close ally of the U.S. in fighting militant Islamists. At least 20 people have been killed by gunmen who opened fire at a wedding in Afghanistan's north, officials said. The attack, apparently linked to a feud between two families, happened in the Darab district of Beglan province on Sunday night. One family was hosting a wedding as members of a rival family arrived and started shooting at male guests. Sources said the bride and groom survived the attack. Most of the dead were wedding guests aged from 14 to 60 years old. Wahid Basharat, the governor of Beglan province, told newsmen he said 10 people were also injured. The remote district with little government presence had witnessed frequent family disputes over land and other issues. It's CoreTV News at 4. Now to business. Nigeria may have lost about 304 billion naira to divestment by foreign investors. The figure, which represents over 50% of capital outflow from the capital market, covers the first half of the year. A report in Foreign Portfolio Investment (FPI) for the first half obtained at the weekend indicated that about 52% of total foreign transaction value during the 6 months were divestments, underlining the sell pressure being experienced at the stock market. Total foreign portfolio investment outflow during the period stood at 303.59 billion naira as against inflow of 285.40 billion naira, representing a deficit of 18.2 billion naira. The half-year deficit represents a relatively larger value given the significant undervaluation of the Nigerian equities and the extended deficit Nigeria had suffered since 2013. Nigeria had recorded a net foreign portfolio deficit of 154.14 billion in 2014, overriding a modest positive net flow of 20.48 billion naira recorded in 2013. The 12-month FPI report for last year had shown that foreign portfolio outflow was 846.53 billion naira as against inflow of 692.39 billion naira in 2014 and 2013. Total foreign inflow stood at 531.26 billion naira compared with outflow of 510.78 billion naira. The FPI report, which is coordinated by the Nigeria Stock Exchange (NSE), used two key indicators, inflow and outflow, to gauge foreign investors' mood and participation in the stock market as a barometer for the economy. The Petroleum Station Workers branch of the Nigeria Union of Petroleum and Natural Gas Workers has given the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation and other major stakeholders in the downstream sector of the oil industry a 21-day ultimatum to address all issues on the unionization of its members or face industrial action. This was contained in a communique issued at the end of the executive committee meeting of its Beni branch, signed by its chairman and secretary Rodolphe Abu and Abbas Adegoke. The branch code and Petroleum Dealers Association of Nigeria, Independent Petroleum Marketers Association of Nigeria, Major Oil Marketers Association of Nigeria, and the NNPC Retail Outlet Limited to negotiate a collective bargaining agreement with the union for petrol station workers in their employment. The union described the situation where its members in all the petrol stations nationwide as a major injustice which must not continue, urging the stakeholders to negotiate with its members and allow unionization or face industrial action after the end of its 21 days ultimatum. And now to sports.
Power style, and that's what he delivered. Usain Bolt storming through. He takes Puyol with a flying lead.
Vo taking them out in the lead and really.
He pulls up for a three. Yes. A good shot for the handball.
Manchester United have signed Argentina goalkeeper Sergio Romero as a result of the uncertainty over David De Gea. Romero was a free agent after leaving Sampdoria and will replace backup keeper Victor Valdes, who has been told he can leave by boss Louis van Gaal. Romero, who has penned a 3-year deal, played in the 2014 World Cup final and won the 2008-2009 Eredivisie title under Van Gaal at AZ Alkmaar. De Gea is into the final year of his contract and is wanted by Real Madrid. Romero, who knocked Van Gaal's Netherlands out of the World Cup by saving 2 penalties in the semi-final shootout, has 62 caps. He becomes United's 5th signing of the summer, following deals for fullback Matthew Darmian, midfielders Bastian and forward Memphis Depay. Mexico won a record 7th Gold Cup with a dominant win against first-time finalist Jamaica. Jamaica were the first Caribbean team in the final, but were unable to produce an upset as L3 won their 3rd title from the last 4 cups. Andres Guardado, the opener in front of almost 70,000 at Philadelphia's Lincoln Financial Field, Jesus Corona and Oribe Peralta added goals before Darren Mattock's late consolation. The Gold Cup is the continental tournament for teams in North and Central America and the Caribbean. And that's CoreTV News at 4. Thank you so much for staying on with us. Please join us again.